After last week's melodrama until September, time to kick the excitement up a notch. So what do we have on the roster today? Something action-packed, no doubt.
It turns out that I just got a few days with my son. To hold him was amazing.
We're going to find your sister.
Sorry. Wait, don't go yet. You don't understand. This is God's Compass, the 2016 film that's a curiosity factor for who is in front of and behind the camera. The film stars Karen Abercrombie as a retiring school principal named Suzanne Waters. You might remember Abercrombie as prayer and coffee warrior Miss Clara in War Room.
No reason to waste perfectly good ice cream.
I've never seen ice cream eaten so annoyingly. But not only that, her son in the movie, David Waters, is played by T.C. Stallings, the bastard husband from War Room whose cheating, ass-gazing ways were cured by divine food poisoning. Plus, the movie is directed by Stephen Schultz. Sure, he may have done special effects on Tremors 2, but you should definitely know him as the director of The Trump Prophecy.
Come on! Come on!
That's right, God Orb movie, bro. Woohoo, between war rooms, god orbs, Trump-approved shofars, this movie is gonna be all kinds of crazy. It isn't. It's just really dumb. I've come to expect far greater craziness out of the Liberty University Cinematic Arts. It must be hard to be an art club and trying to keep the gays out. The movie is mainly about a bunch of bad shit happening to the Waters family after Mrs. Waters retires from school, and there's a bunch of drama that follows. She must have been really popular at South Shore High School. Oh, don't worry, we'll put up a banner in post. Guess I could take a break from surgery to watch Mom's speech.
Raise up a generation, Lord, that will take light into this world.
Is this the speech she gives in everything? We've all seen this.
Don't waste the tomorrows that you have chasing what doesn't matter.
Oh no, he's missing the part where she asks a student if he brought enough chewing gum for everyone. Maybe if we just nod in agreement, it'll cut to the opening credits. And there's the entire effects budget. Damn, her speech killed. See? Her speech shot a man.
He's going into hypovolemic.
Okay, guess I'll wait here then. Gotta be someone around I can arrest. Mrs. Waters' daughter-in-law Jessica decides to bow out because why did they make her give her speech first while the others are giving speeches about her afterwards? It should be the other way around. But unfortunately, her baby definitely hit the minibar. Maybe you should pull over? I have no idea what's going on, but don't worry, people. We could stitch this script back together stat. Jessica's going into labor and is also about to get robbed by Eli, the car thief with a heart of gold. He has to help. He looks after a little girl too. Plus, if he helps deliver the baby, he can take the baby's wallet as well. It's then Mrs. Waters realizes she may not be the most popular principal, given the 3 minutes it took for the students to make these signs. Not only does Eli drive Jessica to the hospital, but he fills her with knowledge.
Did you know if they transplant a woman's heart into a man's, the diameter of the arteries will increase? Men naturally have larger arteries.
You have 60,000 miles of blood vessels, and every red blood cell goes completely around your body in 60.
Great. You're a cyborg, aren't you? What's this guy's damage?
Your brain requires 10 watts of power to operate. You think your brain is more active during the day when the rest of your body is, but it's not. Your brain is more active when you sleep.
Eli went from 0 to Rain Man in the span of a couple blocks. Now to leave her with the knowledge that I did a good job.
Hey! Freeze!
Was that guy just waiting there to arrest anyone? No one drops useless knowledge in the hospital on my watch. Seriously, why is this happening? I bet the baby is also going to be put under arrest for aiding and abetting a car thief. Unfortunately, the baby is born with blue baby syndrome. Fantastic. I guess I now know the origin of Salty the Singing Songbook. This movie is filled with Karen Abercrombie once again giving advice that she thinks is good.
She is not a patient that you check on. Can't someone else take the call?
Look, it's my patient, okay? It's just not that easy.
He should have just let those other people die. Who does he think he is, a doctor? This is moving fast. Eli is immediately sent to a maximum security prison. And what happened to this guy?
Stop it. Come on now. I'm trying to help you.
I never asked for your help.
Stop tickling me! It's not making me feel better, it's making me angrier. Now who's the hero who saved my daughter-in-law?
I was told that he was arrested.
No need for a follow-up question, although I have a few. Why was he arrested in the first place? Was he the one who injured this kid? I need to know these things. This little girl doesn't have it so bad, though. She lives in the back of an Ace Hardware. She can build her own little house there. While War Room ended with a 30-minute double Dutch competition, I hope this one ends with a swim match. Okay, I guess I'll eat here. Just don't lecture me about anything.
No wonder people get sick and are overweight. Look at what you're eating in here.
Oh yeah, what is that, a bun or a tiny burger? Move over, Bluto from Animal House. Then she gives him more shit about his job.
Jessica is your priority. Your job's not your life.
But his job is other people's lives, so if he doesn't work, they die. Wouldn't it be ironic if she complained about the lukewarm coffee? In War Room, her husband was killed in Vietnam, and in this one, he also dies somehow. I think he was raptured while posing for a painting. While thanking Eli for his good deed, we find out that he was arrested for trying to steal Jessica's car. But how did they know that? No one said that's what he was doing. No one even implied it. Plus, he didn't actually steal it. Best work this out in church. Whoa. Wait a minute. That's Don Brooks, who played Dr. Colbert in The Trump Prophecy.
When Isaac got sick, I felt...
You enabled a man who was convinced that he saw a God orb that predicts presidential candidates. I wouldn't take your advice about lunch. Mrs. Waters wants to help Eli because he's just a kid. That's right, he's supposed to be about 16 years old. Sure. Although Karen Abercrombie often plays characters within a 30-year age gap, all depending on what wig they give her. Some of this is supposed to be heartwarming, but why is she moving her fingers like she's gonna make stew out of the baby? Meanwhile, in a random building they typed juvenile hall on. I can vouch for Eli.
These kids get saved by Jesus in prison every day. And then when they walk, they go right back to the life they know.
Which means we need to keep him in prison forever. It's okay, Judge McDefinitely has photos of himself with 20-year-old male prostitutes. May not be with us much longer.
All of the above.
Did you just die? Oh man, this movie's hip. Just look at what happens when he asks her for money.
Do you think you can sneak me in some bones? Benjamins? Scratch. Cabbage.
The writer of this movie is as street as an old country buffet. So Eli can leave, but he has to be under Mrs. Waters' supervision. Maybe now this officer can go home after his 52-hour shift. Plus, they figure out he has a sister. I guess that's who this is. At first, I thought it was supposed to be his daughter. They look age-appropriate enough. Hell, it took me 30 minutes to figure out if it was Jessica or David who was the blood relative of Mrs. Waters. But she's got a new son now.
And why should your yes give me reassurance that you'll be here on your court date for grand theft?
What Judge Rockadoodle is trying to say is that he really just wants to execute anyone. Don't worry, his lawyer is the fatter, balder DiCaprio. We got this. Off to Bubba's bail bonds to post bond and buy some fish bait. And no one gives Mrs. Waters advice.
Listen, you seem like a nice lady. Don't let this kid use you. He's very smart.
Just the same.
Are there any other officers here, or are you the only one? Now the family can thank Eli personally.
This is Eli.
Wait a minute, I thought we were going to talk about this first.
Come here.
By kicking his ass. Do you know how much these medical bills are gonna be? Oh, no, keep being a dickhead.
How's your baby?
Oh, wait a minute, that's private.
He's fine, thanks to you.
Right? Who asks about the health of somebody in a hospital, especially to a doctor? Does he ever not play a colossal dick? Even when I'm siding with him through a lot of the movie, he's still the biggest dick in the room. Eli stays in David's room. It's just the way David left it. Designed by a 60-year-old set designer. But uh-oh, Eli sneaks out to bang her car. He has been in jail a while. Is Eli back? Oh, it's just my real son. I like my fake son better.
What if he comes back here tonight and breaks into your house, Mom?
What, like you just did?
Yeah, same thing. I wish this was a Medea movie. Medea would hunt Eli down with a chainsaw and beat his ass with a catfish. Eli's off to look for his sister, who has unfortunately been turned into a teddy bear. But back at home, no one in this movie should be giving advice.
Hey, Bob, you gotta be kidding me. You put your house, Dad's house, Grandma and Gramps' house up for bail?
God just hasn't made it all very clear yet.
My mom is kinda stupid. But there's more important things going on in this story. Nope. Guess my sister ain't hanging out in a dumpster. Perfect time for the director to get ambitious for like 5 seconds.
I'm not worried. The police will find it.
I can't believe all this is happening.
Interesting editing choice. Not a good one, but an interesting one. Now let's drink our glasses of urine.
I may be a little off in my purpose. But I'm not trying to get that from a boy.
You're trying to bang this kid, aren't you, Mom? Meanwhile, at 10 a.m., posing as 10 p.m., that son of a bitch solved my Rubik's Cube. I've been working on that for 30 years. Well, I guess I like him now. Just kidding, I'm back to being an ass.
How could we not name our son? Don't you bury my son before God does.
Why is God burying your son? Yeah, sure, my kid's dying, but that ain't no excuse not to be pissed at Eli.
Get back here! Hey!
God, my husband's a loser.
I just can't catch a break.
Man, whoever ADR'd your voice sounds like they're having a really bad day. The director gets ambitious again as he hangs the camera around David's neck like a necklace. Thanks, movie. If your drama wasn't making me throw up, all this motion sickness is. Just give him food poisoning or something. That's what turned him into a better person the last time. It's hard to put in a commercial here because the drama keeps piling up.
We have an appointment for your home study.
Oh, yes. Of course. Yes.
How's Eli doing?
Okay, what? Who the hell are you? Unfortunately, he's there to check on Eli, who is missing and will have to go back to jail when they find him.
I could never earn your heart. I could never...
Okay, fine. Eli can stay. Just don't montage. Who is this song even about?
You listen every time I speak. You look into my eyes.
Oh, damn. Sounds like that boat did a lot for her. More than Dr. David does for his patients.
You got an exit wound. This one's yours.
Me? I don't think I'm ready for this. You're going to be here, right?
Oh, no rookie, man.
You see, I'm a rookie.
Well, welcome to the major leagues, okay?
And then that guy died.
If you get into a mess, just page me, all right? Nah, man. No.
All right, man. Let's try to do this.
Try?
Okay, maybe Mrs. Waters was secretly trying to get him to stop working because he's a terrible doctor. She gets so bored, she returns to her school to offer advice to anyone.
All of my years of experience shuffling papers might come in handy for you.
You are so sweet. But I got it.
Yeah, if I need tips on lukewarm coffee, I'll know who to call. She's only been retired for a week, and yet not a single student seems to recognize her. Oh, help me, Jesus. No, I said Jesus, not you. You sat there and laughed as your wife freaked out everyone on a flight with a war prayer. Time for David to check on his only other patient without tickling him.
Calvin, you have got to stop worrying your mom and dad so much.
I was just trying to make some money.
Yet another student sent to the hospital by Liberty University to cure the gay. God, I wish this movie were more like War Room. Oh, wait, is that? Yes, it is. A closet, Karen Abercrombie. You won't have time to be a dick when you're kneeled over a toilet due to more food poisoning from the Lord. Baby, nail boards over mom's closet. She's war rooming again. But alas, Jessica stands by her arch-villain eyebrowed man.
But you should know, I married the man I'm gonna spend forever with.
Yeah, God's a betting man, and I lost. Instead of praying, Mrs. Waters looks through her flashback box. Oh, good, you colored the R in. Can't tell where the box is from now. So many flashbacks. Look, honey, a shell. These are incredibly rare. Here, put it next to the dog bone I gave you. And this is what he used to spank my ass with. Oh, wait, that's from our son's graduation when he was 40. All this montaging, I forgot about Eli. Well, I've given up looking for my sister now. Oh no, he's gonna die by getting his head crushed by a 10-year-old on a moped. But not before he also flashes back to the death of his parents. And it's one of the greatest car crashes ever put on film. Hit by a runaway semi-truck carrying a bed of shitty effects. Biggest twist is that his dad is clearly the Bubba of Bubba's bail bonds. She's in a different wig now. Guess it's 20 years earlier. How did her husband die anyway?
Now I get a chance to see our son David graduate.
Oh, I guess he died from terminal acting. But I'm still going with the theory that he was raptured. Anyway, I'm back. I laid in the middle of the road and kept getting hit in the nuts with skateboards. He tells her that his sister is lost, another thing that could have made this movie 40 minutes shorter if he just told her that sooner. Sure, they go looking for the sister, but more importantly, Eli was right. It is comfortable to lay in the middle of the road. The rats make a nice pillow. So, here's where my husband is buried. Thought I'd show you this in case your sister's dead. I know a good casket guy.
When you get to be my age...
Yeah, but how old are you? Then one of the silliest things in the movie happens. Her husband needed a kidney transplant and was able to live a few years longer due to receiving the kidney of, yes, Eli's dad.
I dug this out of an old shoebox. I didn't know that my husband had discovered who his donor was.
My dad?
I'm mostly shocked that this movie isn't taking place at Christmas. Oh right, the dying baby. It's now off to be taken down the hall of a random office building. Shouldn't it be in the hospital? So we're good now, right?
I just want to say I'm grateful.
But don't you ever touch my Rubik's Cube again. Here, we'll all hang out in the former smoking section.
Yeah, come on, let's pray.
Okay, thanks. It's getting a little awkward. Kinda preferred it when you hated me. Back to finding the sister, they consult a sketch artist and, yeah, great. Later they bring in a collection of rejected American Girl dolls. Also, seriously, is this the only cop in this town? Is this his day off from working in the prison? Huh, maybe David didn't graduate. Hey, while we're filming in the high school, let's also make this the hospital locker room. Time to bring in another War Room alumni to bring everyone in the world together to find this missing girl. Again, nothing draws in people like wanting to put a stop to religious movie montages. They may not have found the sister, but they did find the little girl from Silent Hill. However, the baby is doing great. Let's celebrate.
I'll hang the piñata.
Eli's being a dick now. I've never been more proud of him. As Mrs. Waters hangs up the only shirt her husband ever owned, Eli and David look around on an old set of a Carmen Christian rap video. Maybe you can perform some magic to find your sister, like that same magic that turned my Rubik's Cube into a damn pillow. or they take time out to compare dads.
My dad has better teeth.
Mine has hair.
Gentlemen, your dads both look like they could be a gangster and a redneck sheriff in a Dolomite movie. The David character is suddenly nice now. Yeah, his baby seems fine, but no real war room powers came in. He's just suddenly not a dick anymore. And coincidences keep happening.
Eli, this is the house you grew up in.
Oh my god, you grew up in the Connors house from Roseanne? Let's hope that this isn't needlessly over the top.
Takes me a bit. Everyone's in such a hurry. Run here, run there. What's the point at my age?
Oh, great. One of those actresses. She has one scene, and she's gonna act the hell out of it for no reason.
Well, David and Eli, what's you want? Like I said, I got beans on.
Just want to know if you've seen this girl.
I've already had enough of this scene and this character. But hey, Eli's sister is there. The mean woman kidnapped me and was gonna serve me with beans. So she's in the house they grew up in. You probably should have checked there in the first place. They got there just in time.
Well, this was her house, you know?
Of course I know that. You think I stuck her in a corner and told her to be quiet?
Yes, that's exactly what we think you did. Not only is the girl safe, but the baby is cured, and the house is no longer filled with 100 moths and 100 spiders because she donates her husband's clothes to the trash.
Hey, kid gloves, bro. I didn't know there were breakables in the clothes. A lifetime of them.
Yeah, okay, just send me back to jail. I'm tired of these crappy jokes and crappy advice. Oh, good, another courtroom scene. I say, is it time to dust off that electric chair?
Do you realize the importance of the opportunity that you're being afforded?
The judge suspends Eli's sentence to just 3 years probation. Mrs. Waters blackmailed the judge with pictures of him in the back of an '81 Honda with an 18-year-old gigolo. And while we're at it, let's also have David legally adopt the sister. Saves us 2 courtroom scenes.
By the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, I declare you a family.
Fantastic. Now they also have to share a duplex with a creepy alien family. Oh right, the movie did have compass in the title. Might as well end with a shot of a compass and of a boat, as if either had anything to do with the plot. So, what the hell was that movie even about? For a movie directed by a guy who brought us PTSD demons and Trump-supporting God orbs, this movie was pretty goddamn boring. It's just corny and far-fetched, with standard TV movie quality. Karen Abercrombie is fine, she isn't as over-the-top as she was in War Room, and the movie itself isn't a fraction of the insanity of the Trump prophecy. And it ends when the story is over as opposed to going 30 minutes longer for a jump rope competition. But since it is a lot more grounded, it isn't nearly as entertaining. Where's the insanity? The funniest thing about it, other than the car crash, was that someone was credited as the man who doesn't pray. Which is either this guy or the lamest Alfred Hitchcock movie. With its cheeseball melodrama, God's Compass is like a diet version of Do You Believe, both of which contain insane car crashes. Well, thank God I got my nap in for the day. Between this and Until September, we definitely need to do something more exciting next week. Especially because we gotta replace Until September as the melodrama choice. So next week, you can choose between the thrills of Tango and Cash or the spills of the bowling Tim Matheson romance movie Dreamer.
A man dreams of winning. A woman dreams of loving. A dreamer dreams of both. Dreamer, rated PG.
I'm just kidding. There's no poll. Tango and Cash is next week.
You know what? I think I will have those beans.